On a recent weekend, 5 members of the San Mateo County Volunteer Horse Patrol met in La Honda, where we did several patrols of Pescadero Creek Park while staying at the Brook Horse Camp. In this video, I'll show you some scenes from our patrols and give you a quick tour of the Brook campground. The San Mateo County parks are heavily forested and will often come across trees that have fallen across the trail. Here's a pretty big mama. This particular tree is passable on horseback, but with my larger horse, I really had to duck down into the side of the saddle to get by. The riders pass this tree. Notice that the top of the cut is about equal to their heads while sitting atop a horse. This is one big log. This next one's a bit smaller, but I still would not have wanted to be the one that had to make this cut. Emerging from the forest, we came into a beautiful open meadow where we found some deer off to our left. Here we approach a creek where Colleen's horse decides to have some summer fun. The only problem was that it was a relatively brisk day to have a horse getting us all wet. While some areas of the forest had gigantic redwoods kind of far apart, there was also this area where there were smaller redwoods, but dozens of them. One of them even made a good lunch bench. Looking at the majesty of redwood trees, I like to tell people that you can't ride a horse to a place like this and be an atheist. I started shooting near the end of this trail, but we had gone through a long section where we were literally covered in a foresty tunnel. Here's another example of a large tree that fell across the trail and had to be worked by the rangers to reopen the trail. And yes, we managed to get ourselves lost. But it didn't last too long, and here we are completing our ride and coming home to the Brook Horse Camp. Camp has only recently reopened for the summer, and the deer haven't caught on yet that there's people around. But here's a view of the largest of the 3 sites at Brook. It can hold up to 40 campers. There are about 50 or so corrals that you can sort of see in this scene where people can keep their horses while visiting. There are 2 very nice sites reserved for the Volunteer Horse Patrol, and here they are. Site number 3 was vacant this weekend, but it'll hold up to 10 campers. Site 2 also holds 10 campers, and they had about 6 or 8 people there this weekend. All the campers have access to 4 large showers with changing rooms and showers inside. Right now we're approaching the area for dining and having large campfires. And if you see a little building kind of off in the background, there are refrigerators and microwave ovens there. Firewood is available to all the campers for a mere $10 for a full wheelbarrow. So it's nice to be able to stay warm at night. And here's our VHP crew doing just that. So I hope you've enjoyed this tour of Pescadero Creek Park and the Jack Brook Horse Camp.